Welcome to my channel, Fit a Little Bit. This whole video would be about Arizona, how I moved to Arizona, yay! And then how I moved back from Arizona. So stay tuned. Alright guys, again, thank you for tuning into my channel, and do not forget to hit the button and subscribe, because I put things on this channel relating to money management, where to go to make money, where to leave if you're not making enough money. Those are the types of things that go on this channel. I also do hauls on clothes that I get wholesale, name brand clothes. So just subscribe, press the little button, and stay tuned. I took a few notes about Arizona. And why did I go there? I went there for what's called a fresh start. I wanted a fresh start. I had gotten laid off, and I always wanted to move to somewhere warm. So I moved to Arizona, and thank goodness I had a very good friend that lives there. So I just moved there, you know, down there with her, and I started looking for jobs, I want to say like a month before I got ready to go, but they were calling so fast that I had to just withdraw my applications. So a week before I got ready to move, I started submitting applications again. By the time I got there on a Wednesday, I had 9 interviews between Thursday and Tuesday. By the time those interviews were over, I had 5 job offers, 3 in which I took. I know 3. One of them, no, 4 that I took. One of them didn't start for a month. So I had time in between. So I ended up doing some contract work. I mean, getting a job in Arizona is so easy. That's the point of the story. It is so easy. I ended up doing contract work until the new job started, which is through a temp agency, and that was quick, easy money because I got paid weekly. And then I took a job with a company that I would consider to be one of the best companies in the world. If I was still in Arizona, I think I would still be working there. I'm going to post some pictures of my co-workers. I ended up staying at that job for 3 months, and then I relocated, and I'll tell you why. What I took with me, what to take with you when you move across the country. All the hair necessities, all the makeup necessities, all the outfits you think you're super cute in, and you know, everything you can take on a plane, because I didn't drive or ride. I actually flew because that was just too far. And I had a vehicle, but I left my vehicle in the town I was from because I was trying to go down there and see, you know, if I really liked it, was I going to stay. So I went down and I just took 3 big huge suitcases, paid the necessary fees, you know, to get there. It wasn't too expensive versus driving across country. So I ended up having enough. And if I didn't have enough when I got there, I'd buy a few filler pieces. But the weather was so drastically different than where I'm from, I had to pretty much kind of like buy a few items, because my warm weather in the Midwest and Arizona warm weather is 2 totally different things. So I just took bare necessities, you know, underwear, the bras, things like that. What I didn't take, well, I didn't take all of my furniture because I didn't need to, because I had a friend that already lived there. I didn't take any winter anything, winter boots, scarves, coats, none of those things that I take. And I was happy because, you know, they weigh too much. You get charged for how much everything weighed. The people in Arizona, oh, they are like the best people in the world. I have no complaints about the people in Arizona. Everyone I met was just great. I mean, from people in the gas station, to people at the eateries, to everyone at my job. I mean, I have absolutely no complaints about the people. I didn't meet no bad encounters, and I did have to venture off a little bit into the hood just to see what was going on, and it actually was a mistake. I was trying to find a DMV, and then when I got on my car, I realized it was a little different. But even then, the people, you know, the homeless and other people who, you know, less fortunate, they were nice. I mean, you know, they were nice. Nobody was like super begging for anything, but even they were nice. I guess it's the sunshine, you know, makes people very happy. I think I only saw one person, actually one person the whole time I was there, asked me for money or something, and he was looking good. He had a nice haircut, he was smelling good. I gave it to him anyway. I wanted to help him with his image, keep his image going, but he could have just been having a bad day. But I had no problems, no encounters with any type of violence or anything. As a matter of fact, their news is so boring. They show the same news like all week. If they had one crime, like it was one crime when I was there, someone had drove into a Walmart store mad at their girlfriend or something. That was the whole Walmart get robbed thing. They played it on the news for a week. The only time you see bad news when you're watching the news in Phoenix is if you're watching somebody else's news. Phoenix, Arizona is the real big A. They got everything locked down. I mean, everything is comfortable. There's no major crime. I didn't meet any angry people. Even the rush hour traffic is not even bad. It's bad. Everybody is just happy. It's crazy. It must be the sunshine. We talked about jobs. If you are unemployed, or a husband or wife is unemployed, can't seem to find employment, or you just hate your job and hate where you live, move to Phoenix, Arizona. People say you can only be in certain fields. No. If you got any type of skill, if you're just doing general labor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, if you're doing any type of caregiving or nursing, anything dealing with older people or super young people, you all set. That CNA and LPN and RN and all of that, caseworkers, you can do it right there. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to be a social worker or have a social worker degree to do caseworker work. I'm not sure if Phoenix has the highest amount of children in foster care, but they got a hell of a lot. And they have a lot of agencies that will take the time to train you, pay you to train you, and then let you be the person that come in between the parent and the child doing the visitations. And the pay rate is pretty good. It's like $36 an hour, $25 an hour, and you kind of do it on your, schedule, on the kid's schedule. I mean, just to give you some extra money till you get an actual job, or you can do that in between or just on the weekends. So you can make it happen. If anybody in the household, main person, unemployed, move to Arizona and get your best life, because it is fantastic. Or if you're a super young person and you don't really know where you want to go, the job market to me is wide open in Phoenix, because the city was set up and has been functioning more for the retired people. So they have all these big companies there, but not enough people to work them. So you can go to Arizona and get you a job today, and if you don't like it, you get a different one tomorrow. So think about that. If anybody's unemployed, don't like their job, pack your stuff, go to Phoenix, Arizona. Beautiful place, great jobs, great people to work with, great companies. Big companies are there, like, everybody Google's in little spots here and there, but Amazon is there, Shutterfly is there, Wells Fargo, a host of financial companies, are there. I say it's a great place to move, to put your life back together, or get a fresh start, or just start over. I think it's a great place to go. Traffic, nothing. They talk about the traffic. I've been to California, I lived in Houston. The traffic is nothing, because the freeways are ready for you. They got HOV lanes, they're ready. You figure out what those schedules are, you can go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I barely used the freeways because the streets were so good. There was like no potholes and like palm trees everywhere. So I didn't even have to use the freeways back and forth, to work. Because I lived in Ahwatukee, Arizona, which is like, the level of income is a little lower than Scottsdale. If you remember Scottsdale, Ahwatukee is right below Scottsdale in terms of quality of life. So it was great. And I worked in Tempe. Tempe was a great city as well. So I took the streets. A car. Do you need a car? I was looking up to have a friend who had 2 cars. So I didn't have to catch like public transportation. I wouldn't recommend not having a vehicle, because it is hot as hell in the summer. It's hot as hell. I saw a lot of buses. They seem to be running 24, 20 hours a day, but it's hot as hell. I don't think you want to be on no bus stop. So take a vehicle. And if you don't take a vehicle, have you a couple thousand when you get there to get you a cash car. Because that weather ain't nothing to play with. Okay. On some videos, I heard people talking about, why are people moving to Phoenix? It's a methadone epidemic. I was there. And I was everywhere, and I'm not really afraid to go nowhere, because where I'm from, I just don't have that type of fear. I was all over Phoenix, the good, the bad, downtown, uptown, daytime, nighttime. Whatever type of methadone epidemic they got going on, them the calmest addicts I've ever seen. Because they ain't robbing nobody, they don't seem to be killing nobody. I don't know how they paying for their habits. They're not taking care of their kids, but They wasn't bothering nobody. They wasn't bothering me. And I was down there where they was at. Because I wanted to know what the whole big deal was. I don't know what type of drug methadone is. And it ain't like crack. Because it don't make you hitting people over the head. Or Arizona got such laws. They'll, you know, electrocute you or something. But nobody's doing anything major in terms of crime. I only had one small complaint. And this small. Like we didn't have any culture for my race of people. It was not like, the one concert I remember was like Mary J. Blige, and it was a big deal that she was coming there, and it was outside. It was like 115 degrees, like for real. There wasn't a lot of things for African American people to do. So if someone is in the business of promoting or thinking they're going to be a promoter or own a club, go right on to Phoenix, because they got an open market of entertainment for African American people. Not in a bad way, but it just doesn't exist. So I kind of need to see me some black stuff happening. Ain't a lot of, like, if it's so spread out, you don't really see African American people. I kind of need to see black people. I need to see a black man from time to time. And if, you know, it's the mountains that separate everything. I think it's either 4 or 5 mountains, and them mountains is way down there, way across there. And it takes a lot, you know, to get to the other side. And they don't have activities, so you don't get a chance to really see people of our race. The race predominantly, I would say, is Caucasian people and Mexican Americans, and they're very dark skinned. You think they're African American until they start talking and you find out that they're not. But they were nice and sweet, you know, anyway. But that was the only thing that I had an issue with. So the big question is, if it's so wonderful and so great and your job is so great, you got a car to drive, you got a place to live, why did I leave? Da 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 da. It's only 1 or 2 things that get somebody to leave. A boo, which that ain't my story, or a parent. My mother, I'm going to post a picture so you can see. My mother is the reason I left Arizona. She wanted me to come back home to where I live, which I owned houses and stuff where I'm at, so moving back wasn't a big deal. But she was not willing to move to Arizona at that time in her life. She would move to California, which I ain't moving to California because the cost of living is too high. She wouldn't move to Arizona, even though the weather is better for her health conditions. It's better for my health conditions. I think she done saw somewhere on the news where it's 115 and she would not budge. So she got upset and wouldn't move. I love my mother more than life. I just decided, you know, let me just move back closer to her that way. Because if something happened, heaven forbid, it would take me a while to get back up to Arizona, like a 3-hour flight. So I figure in due time, I will more than likely move back, or I will move to Texas because it's kind of the same. I like the weather, but the culture is better. You know, I think in Dallas, I think in due time, we will, meaning me and her, we will move back west. But at this time, I just came back for my mother. But for my mother, I would have still been in Arizona, eating me some authentic tacos off a taco stand. Okay, down one of them dark roads that I wasn't supposed to be going down, but they food be so good on their food trucks. They got 1 million food trucks, and the food is delicious. So, if you want to get a fresh start, you want to double up on your income, because the housing, okay, is cheaper. You get a whole lot more for your money. You can make $20, $25 an hour, have you a nice $100,000, $200,000 house. People on Section 8 down there got beautiful, big homes. Big home, because I was going to the homes dealing with the children. And I'm like, how y'all pay for this? They on Section 8 living fabulous 4-bedroom houses. Everybody got a pool. It's like it's required. You know, outdoor pools. Everybody has a pool. It's just amazing. If you want to get a fresh start, you want to get started, you just want to leave your life, Phoenix, Arizona is the place to be. Again, thank you so much for coming to my channel, Fit a Little Bit. Please comment down below if you have any questions or anything about Phoenix. If I know, I'll tell you. Put them at the bottom of this video. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.